That's 100.
Hello and welcome. If you're a regular viewer of this channel, you might often hear me use the term sub-5, normie or Chad to categorise men based on their physical attractiveness. However, I often get emails sent to me or people in the comments who are still unsure of which category they fall into. So in this video, I'm going to show you how to know which category you're in as plain and as simple terms as possible. So to avoid wasting your time, I'm just going to get straight to the point. The best and most consistent way to know which category you fall into is to simply observe how women treat you. You do not need to watch my videos analysing attractive facial features. If you do just this one thing, observe women's behaviour around them, their body language, their emotions, then it becomes easy to tell which category you yourself or anybody else falls into. And in fact, I found this works so well that I can tell you which category a man falls into without even looking at.
I mean, look, let me say it real quick. See, it's like when a woman says that, hey, you're not ugly. It's not about how you look on the outside. It's how you are on the inside. I feel like that's a bunch of cap. That's a bunch of cap. First of all, when they say things like that, women say things, but when they do the other thing, women say one thing, but then they do the other thing. Another reason why a lot of women today in the society contradicts themselves when it comes to talking to guys because they don't want to hurt the guy's feelings. Women are not honest. They're not even honest to each other. And and let alone to be honest with a man. Let's proceed.
His face. I can tell you if he is a normie, sub-5 or Chad purely based on his interactions with women. I can watch day game approaches on YouTube, and even when their faces are blurred, I'll be able to tell you whether the man is attractive or not based solely on the woman's reactions to what the man is saying and doing. So, let's dissect this a little further. What are the key behavioural indicators from women that show which category you fall into? Or the two simplest ways to break this down is to look at women's emotions and their body language. And after watching this video, you'll find these two things really obvious, and reading women's behaviour will become second nature to you. So we'll start with emotion. This is their facial expressions, their feelings, etc. Let me introduce you to Wheats. Find out in 5 seconds for which category you fall into. Next time you're out and you lock eyes with any woman for a couple seconds, before looking away, memorise the facial expression she had in reaction to seeing your face. It will likely fall into one of the following categories.
Listen up, gents. Listen up. My man's throwing free game right now. Listen up. Listen up.
Categories. So let's say that the woman gives you this face, or something similar. Based on this expression alone, what category, sub-5, normie or Chad, will you likely fall into if you're constantly getting looks like this, looks of disgust from women? Well, I think it's quite obvious that if you get this look, chances are you're a sub-5. If a woman's initial reaction to your face is one of disgust, bearing in mind this is all happening in the first 2 seconds, then chances are you're a sub-5. Likewise, the same goes with this face. This, to me, talking from her perspective, is saying, oh God, no, he saw me looking at him. He looks like such a creep. I better look away now while I have the chance. So again, if you're constantly receiving this expression, you're a sub-5. If a woman's reaction looks like this to me looks like she's offended. She's saying, what gives you the right to look at me? Stop staring at me, you loser. Go away, get lost. I want you out of my sight. This also falls into the category of sub-5. Lastly, and I pray for those who get this facial expression, if it is one of anger, rage, fury, you can see the hatred in her eyes. Then this will also mean that you are a sub-5. I'm now going to show you a clip from the dating show, Take Me Out. And what I want you to focus on is the women's facial expressions, and make a prediction on what you think will happen given those facial expressions.
You should start about the guy that told me. Well, they tell you it's a sub five. First of all, before we continue, I just want to say it right away that this guy is a sub five. Okay, I could be wrong though, but I'm having the strong my instinct is telling me that this guy's a sub five.
It should come as no surprise that 21 women turned off their lights, meaning they're not interested in dating him. And this was judging off his looks alone. Also, don't fool yourself into thinking that some of the women still turn their lights on, as it's a common thing on the show for women to leave their lights off at the beginning in order to be polite. It's called virtue signalling, and I've talked about it a lot in my previous videos. Secondly, there are also rumours that the producers of the show tell the women to leave their lights off at the start. Otherwise, the show will get very boring very quickly if every woman turned their light off right at the start. And to emphasise my point, after the personality round, all 30 women turned off their lights. However, it is my bet, given these horrific initial reactions, that all of the women had their mind made up from the very beginning. These are the kind of facial expressions you will experience on a daily as a sub 5. So how do I know if I'm a normie? So a normie will usually get some neutral reaction. There's no excitement, there's no positivity, but there's no negative emotions.
I assume when he say normie, I guess you're a little bit above 5, 6, 7. You're an average looking dude. To a woman's perspective, you're an average looking dude. You're not a Chad. You're not Chris Evans or Chris Hemsworth or Michael B. Jordan, but you're not ugly either. So you're somewhere in between, you know what I'm saying? I guess that's what normie means. From my perspective, I wouldn't say that's what normie means. Let's get it.
Tied with it either. She won't get disgusted at you looking at her face. You might also get a friendly smile, but it won't be very enthusiastic. She won't be expressively inviting you over to come chat with her.
Non-sexual attention. Just a friend zone attention. That's what it is.
However, for Chads, and this is how you will know if you're a Chad, if she's very happy, she's smiling with intense joy, she's inviting, then this is a very good indicator that she...
Sexual attention. That's what it is. Oh, he's a hot guy. No homo. I'm, just to what they're saying. Oh, he's a hot guy. I'm definitely gonna invite him to my house, and whatever happens, happens because he's so hot. He's handsome. That's what it is. Women are superficial today. They don't just tell you that oh, I like handsome guys because I like handsome guys, because if they say that out in public, they would look bad. So women try their best to parachute you from landing as soft as possible. Because us men, when we are honest to each other, no, you fall down without a parachute. Basically means you fall down to the hard truth. Women don't do that. They say, "Oh, like I said earlier in the beginning of this video, women would say, "Oh, it's not about the looks. It's not about how handsome or how ugly you are. It's not about that. It's about your beauty from the inside. We're all created equal from the inside." Again, that's a bunch of cap. All right, women would say one thing, but then they do the other thing. Read the body language. Their body language is what's telling you. That's the truth indicator. Read their body language. Smile, their facial expression, and all the type of stuff, the way they move around you, the way they twist their hair, the way they, their face, the way they twist their hair, the way they fix their hair. You can already tell the indication of if she is interested in you sexually, non-sexually, or she's just not interested in you at all. Those are the three key indicators. So the Chad, if she's interested in you sexually, normie, if she's interested in you in a friendly way, neutral way, non-sexual attention. Sub 5, Jesus, good luck. Good luck. Sub 5, you either get a like, oh, F off, I'm not interested, I have a boyfriend, I'm in a relationship right now, I'm talking to somebody, um, and all of that type of poor, pitiful excuses just to, just to not come out as a rude person. Basically, they're saying, no, I'm not interested, you're not my type. That's what they're pretty much saying. That's the translation. When if you're a sub 5, like I said, and if you hit up a girl, a lot of times they would say, I have a boyfriend, I'm in a relationship, I'm talking to somebody right now, I'm not interested. Translation, womanese, no, F off, you're not my type. Go away, you're ugly. That's what it is. All right? That's the reality. Women are not just, they just don't know how to be honest. That's what it is.
She finds you attractive. Likewise, if she has a smirk on her face like this, it's seductive, it's flirtatious, it's sexy. This can also show that she finds you very attractive. Again, if you get this kind of facial expression, one of glee, only Chaz will receive an initial reaction like this. Lastly, if she pulls a funny face in front of you, again, it's playful, it's flirtatious, and based off first impressions, it looks like she's already comfortable
Listen up, guys. Listen up. This is very important.
in front of you. Now let's have a look at another clip from Take Me Out, showing the reactions that a Chad will receive.
Uh-oh.
And again, I want you to pay close attention to the
Uh-oh.
expressions on the
Here we
women's
go.
faces.
Uh-oh. Here we go. Oh, my God.
Welcome to the show.
How you doing?
I'm good. You're up, my man.
Hi, ladies. My name's Tyler. I'm from Orange County, California.
Come on.
Ladies, if these
First of all, you can already tell the scream from the ladies, like, ah, that high pitched scream. You can already tell that they are very attracted to that guy right now. You can already tell that. Like I said, don't believe in every word they say to you if when it comes to, like, talking to a woman, like hitting up on them on a term of like hitting up on them, trying to get their number, trying to get to know them, or to where the part where they are either not attracted to you, neutral, non-sexual, friendly, friend zone way, or the Chad way of being sexually attracted to you. Those things, those three indicators, things. This indicator right here indicates that they find a guy very attractive and also sexually attractive. Okay, you can already tell by the scream and the woman from the other woman when she opens her mouth, her facial expression. That means you already know she would have a sexual relationship with that guy within a week or within a few days of, like, after she gets picked or selected by the guy on, and then on the date, of course, you already know. Um, and just watch what's going to happen.
So what was the result? Well, after watching that, it should come as no surprise that he lost 0 women after the first round. No
that.
girl turned their lights off. And after the personality round, just 9 women had their lights turned off. So by the end, 21 women, that's over 2/3, were interested in dating this man. Crazy numbers. And this should be also obvious based on their reactions. Look at the intense admiration, elation that is shown on their faces. And
That's the girl I was talking about right there. Right there. The girl in the first picture with her mouth open. You can already tell that she's sexually attracted to the guy. You can already tell. Actions speak louder than words. That's all I can tell you. They don't need to say this da 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 this politically correct answer just to look good in the eyes of the society or in the eyes of, in the public. It's like a white woman saying, "Oh, I got a lot of black friends too." Yeah, right. Uh-huh. saying like, oh, it's not about how you look, it's about what you look on the inside. Yeah, right. It's like a white woman saying, I got a lot of black friends too. That's just as much cap as what their word said. That's what they say to you. The main indicator, the most accurate way of knowing when a woman is telling you an actual truth is their body language, facial expression, and their gestures, their body movements. That's when you can tell. And when a woman talks to you and she giggles every time, that's a high likely chance that she likes you. Like every time you say something, even if it's not even that funny, she would laugh. She would laugh because she would force herself to laugh because she's being flirtatious. Let's say it that way. Let's proceed.
This is all happening in the first 2 seconds of the interaction. So now we've taken a look at the emotional side. We're now going to be taking a look at the body language a woman will show. Also, now I've got the first point out of the way, now is a good time to press the like button and leave any thoughts you have in the comments so far, as it helps the YouTube algorithm. Anyway, continuing on with body language. A clear tell to show that you're a sub 5 with regard to body language is that women will want to avoid physical contact with you as much as possible.
Listen up.
Uh-huh.
Sub 5, watch this. I knew it. You can't make this up.
Obvious things women will do include having their body tilted away from you, being really tense or uncomfortable in the shoulders, having their arms really close to their body, which is a common defense mechanism. It's showing that they don't want to be touched and they're trying to guard themselves from others. Or if they make any excuses to leave early, like my friend's calling me over, or I have a bus to catch, or whatever, and so on and so forth. So if these things frequently happen to you in your interactions with women, then there's a strong chance that you're a sub 5. Also, I haven't said this yet, but all of these things are big generalizations, and they're not going to happen 100% of the time in 100% of interactions. However, this is where you need to use a bit of common sense to see what the overwhelming sentiment and vibes you receive.
Well, I would say real quick, the thing about physical attraction is that you attract what you are. It's actually implanted into us biologically. That's research, psychology, biology. You attract what you are. You know, a sub 5 guy will attract a sub 5 girl because that's what he can get. But see, the thing about a girl who is sub 5, or let's say below 5, can still attract a guy who's a Chad or a Chad or Tyrone. White for Chad, black for Tyrone. But you get my point. And that's the that's the that's the reality of physical attraction. But I'll tell you this: if a sub 5, you know, a lot of times sub 5 are like, I wouldn't say 100% of the time, but a lot of times, like 70-80% of the time, sub 5s are like guys who are below 5 and out of shape. But there is a chance for a guy to be adjusted from sub 5 to norm to become a 7, is when they go through physical activities manipulating the force of the gravity, such as working out, going to the gym, exercising, losing weight, getting buff, getting chiseled, getting fit. Because when you get fit, not only your body would change, but also your facial structure will change too. And that's science right there, and that's facts. Men who are big, men who are fat, men who are like, I wouldn't say fat, I might not probably say that, but men who are like overweight, obese, they start working out, they go through like physical discipline, and they started shaving off of that weight, becoming, and then eventually, of course, to the point of like your main goal set is to become fit, to become chiseled, six pack abs, chiseled arms, you know what I'm saying? Basically, fit. Your facial structures will change too. Yes. Um, when your facial structure change, you rank up from sub five to norm to seven, 7.5, or 8, and that's the benefits of working out. But it's not for everybody. It's not for everyone's case who is sub five. There are guys out there who are just like, I mean, I hate to say this, but just naturally born unattractive. No matter how much you work out, no matter how much you're fit, the fans' face show, the facial feature will still not change. But your body is good. It's just the fact that that's your way of compensating for your the looks of your the unattractive looks. Your body is and your money and your status and other things that you have as a value, finance, talent. Those things can compensate for this. And like I said, that's not for everybody's case. It depends on how you look. It depends if because we have different types of body. Our biology, our body is different. We all have different body for men. But like I said, working out is the most efficient thing that you can do in order for you to get out of the sub five, ranking to rank up on looks wise, attraction wise. You rank up by working out. It's just but like I said, it doesn't happen. It's not for everyone's case. Let's continue.
In your interactions with other people. So just a really quick example, if 80% of the time you're getting these things and another 20% of the time you're getting other things and women are just being friendly towards you, then still, in the majority of cases, the evidence that you have at hand is pointing towards you being sub 5. I hope that makes sense, so don't take everything in this video too literally and rage at me in the comments with your really nitpicky exceptions, as these are just...
Like you said, this is just a general term. As I said earlier, it's not for everybody's case. So it's just a general term.
Generalizations. So, these are key indicators that tell you're a sub 5. Meanwhile, the opposite goes for chads, where the common theme is that women will make excuses to touch you, so they might playfully punch your arm when making a joke, or make a comment on your appearance, such as your hair, and then begin to play with it as she's talking about it. Here's an example from one of my own experiences.
Like, imagine if the situation were reversed. See, the problem with women, not men, sorry, with women today, they get away with a lot of their, their inadequacy. They get away with it. Or even if they get caught by it, they get off with, leniency. Now, if you reverse the gender. If a guy's touching a girl, guess what's gonna happen? Sexual harassment. He's gonna go to jail. He's gonna get all this type of criticism. Oh, you're P. Well, I can't say that in the video, but you're PEDO. You're that. You're perv and all that type of stuff that you'll get from the society, from the people around you. Double standard is real, yo.
Which to this day still sticks in my mind as being a very blackpilling moment of my life. So here's how it goes. Me and a couple friends were around my house just having a low-key meet-up, just chilling pretty much. And these two friends, this is important, had never met each other before.
That's
They were both
right.
friends of mine and were meeting each other for the first time.
Yes.
And friend one, she was a girl. She was about 7 out of 10 in looks. She would be what you call a Stacy Light. And then friend two, he was also about a 7. He falls into that Chad Light territory. So we reached around my house, and after a while we get a bit bored and we go outside to the park to have a bit of a kick around. So now we're outside playing football and we're just passing it about between each other. And this bit stuck in my mind so vividly. So no more than about 15 minutes after we started playing, the girl, the Stacy Light, out of nowhere, decided to just push into the Chad Light. And forgive me for that horrific animation, but I remember that so much. It stuck in my mind more than anything else that happened that day. And you might not think that this is significant at all, but the fact that they started going out just 1 week later shows that it did mean something. Because there was absolutely no need for that. There was no need for her to push into him randomly. And bearing in mind that these two people were meeting each other for the first time, and I was there watching the whole time all three of us were together. And the man didn't do anything in particular that stood out. He wasn't particularly confident. He didn't have a lot of so-called game. And in fact, I would say throughout the interaction, I actually had better game than him. I received more laughs than either of the other two did. However, the man was over 6 foot. He was about 2 to 3 inches taller than
there
me.
we go.
And he was also facially better looking than me too. So the takeaway for me after that day, it did make me question the things that women are attracted to.
Uh-huh.
So I hope you enjoy.
I've seen enough. That's it. There you have it, guys. The reality of the dating market or facial attraction, especially from guys. Guys who are like Chads, Normie, and sub fives. Okay, Chads compared to sub fives and Normies, Chads gets more girls and gets more sexual attention from women. Normie, on the other hand, they do too. However, not as much as a Chad. They're more into they get more a friend zone relationship. Sub five, however, good luck. It wouldn't be as easy. It's gonna be hard mode. I mean, in general, men plays hard mode when it comes to the dating market. But for guys who are sub five, it's like very hard. As a sub five myself, I tend to use that energy to go to the gym a lot, to make more money, to increase my value and my status. Those type of traits that makes you attractive, gives you a drive and energy to do more. So you can compensate for what you don't have here. But that's my take for that. Anyway, questions, comments, and concerns, holla at your boy at reactsandr@gmail.com. All right? Leave a like, subscribe at your boy so I can have more content that I will drop every week. All right? So I'll see you in the next episode, YouTube. Peace out and have a good night.
That's Hunter.